Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Rose here. Today I'm reacting to a very short rage stream that Foodie just completed called You Ruined Your Own Channel. So she's in her car and she's raging about Natter. She's angry at Natter, allegedly. And I say allegedly because, as we all know, this whole drama between herself, Dee Dee, and Natter, it's all very bad, very toxic, performative art. It's the end of the month, and Foodie and Natter and Dee Dee are just pushing for extra views before the pay period is over. But in this live stream, Foodie is going off about Natter. The live stream was only for less than 5 minutes, but I wanted to cover it because I have a feeling this live stream will not be up long. I've got a lot to catch up on as far as everything Foodie Beauty, but unfortunately for me, I can't get started with it right now because I've got errands to run. I've got to run to the store, get some supplies, get some stuff accomplished before I sit down and dedicate the rest of my day to Miss Foodie. I've got to come first. I got to put myself first. So I'm just going to do this for right now. So there is the live stream. And she's mad and she's driving. And Foodie, before I even hear a word of what you have to say, being in a car live streaming is dangerous. It's distracted driving. And if you are extremely emotional, for real, that makes it even more so. You are doing dangerous driving. You are on the road around other people. If you're going to rage at Natter on a live stream, why not pull over somewhere and do it? Why do it while you're driving? This is such an unsafe decision for yourself and for other people. But let's hear what Big Mama has to say today about Natter.
This is not going to be long video. I'm not going to be looking at the fucking chat. Oh, I'm so livid. I'm so fucking livid. I listened to a clip and I should know. I'm never. Okay. I need to like protect myself from clips. I don't know what. You're going to blame me for ruining your fucking channel? Really? You ruined my channel. You ruined my channel. No, let me tell you why you ruined your own channel. And I know you're going to watch this. Oh, no. Sorry. Dee Dee's going to be obsessively watching it on company time.
Yeah, let's talk about the obsessive watching. I don't think Dee Dee obsessively watches you. I think it's the other way around. I think you, Chantal, you obsessively watch Natter and Dee Dee, but especially Natter. That's a good word that you used, obsessively watching, because you are obsessed with Natter. For whatever reason, you cannot let go of Natter. Even when he's away from you, you still want to be close to him. You call him, you text him, you watch his live streams, and then if he says something or does something to get you ticked off, you have a rage about it. The simple solution to the problem would be to completely let go and not pay attention to what he's doing or what he's saying. As it stands right now, he's got a court case that, if I'm not mistaken, it should be happening on, I believe it was August the 3rd. I think Monty said it was somewhere in early August. If I'm wrong, I apologize, but I think I heard it that way. So he's got an upcoming court case, and nobody knows what the outcome is going to be. But when that court case happens, if he has to go to jail, you're going to have to let go anyway. You're going to have to let go. Because if he goes to jail, that means no more meeting up with him in motel or hotel rooms, no seeing him in the secret. He's going to be in jail, and you won't have access to him. So either you let go now, or you're going to have to let go later. Maybe your manic behavior has to do with the fact that maybe on the inside you're panicking because you know of the upcoming court case, and you know that if he goes to jail, no more Natter for you. Your Natter fix is going to be completely cut off, and you're trying to get as much of him as you can before he goes. But sooner or later, Foodie, you're going to have to let go. and you keep insisting on holding on in whatever way you can, whether it's calling him, texting him, watching his streams, calling him for nonsense reasons like asking for your museum pass, which, let's be honest, you really don't care anything about that. When's the last time you've been to a museum? You're not a museum fanatic. You just want a reason to talk to him. You're going to have to let go at some point. And then when he's out of your world, what are you going to do? If he's in jail, how are you going to talk about him? How is it going to be part of the conversation if he's put away somewhere? You need to think about that.
I don't give a fuck about you anyways, Dee, you stupid moron looking in the corner, eating chili like a cow with your fucking stupid Chris Farley hair. You ruined your own channel. You know why? Let me break it down for you. Your channel right now is shit. You would not have a fucking channel. Get it through your broccoli skull. You would not have a channel if it worked for me. Okay.
Okay. You know what? She's not wrong when she says that he would not have a channel had it not been for her. She introduced him to YouTube. She helped him set up the channel. She filmed his videos. She did his thumbnails. These are all things that Natter, even after several months on YouTube, he does not know how to do for himself. And despite the fact that he has a cooking channel, he has not improved his cooking skills to where he can make decent cooking live streams or videos that look appealing to people. His cooking is trash. The filming, the live streaming of the cooking is trash. You know, he doesn't speak clearly. You can't understand what he's saying. He doesn't explain the ingredients. He doesn't lay everything out clearly. So if anyone wants to imitate one of his recipes, you'd know how to do it. I mean, let's be honest. The cooking channel, it wasn't about the cooking. He doesn't have a true passion for cooking. The cooking channel was about just having a platform where he could attract women to his platform. And by attracting women to his platform, he could talk to them and grift them behind the scenes, or maybe on the scene, you know, like in the chat, but definitely behind the scenes, giving certain women sad sob stories and encouraging them to send money through PayPal or whatnot. It was about the grift. It was about the grift. So that's why his cooking is never improved. That's why he's never improved his approach, because the cooking, it was a non-issue. Even now, it's a non-issue. He's doing things exactly the same as when he started the cooking channel. He has not improved at all, not in his approach, not in the way he cooks or the way he presents it to people. But if it hadn't been for Foodie, he would not have a channel at all for any reason. He wouldn't have had one. And everybody that's in his audience is because of her. But don't forget, Foodie, you introduced him to YouTube. You did. You brought this person onto YouTube. As awful as he is, as awful as you knew him to be, you still put him on YouTube. Maybe you had hopes that his channel, you guys could make into a couple's channel, and that didn't happen. And maybe that's why you're raging right now. The fact that your hopes and dreams of doing the Kardashian thing and having your main channel and a channel where you can be with him, those dreams never came to fruition. So now you're mad. Now you're mad and raging at Natter, going off on Natter. If you're really mad at him, then cut him off. Seriously, it's time to cut off that phone service you pay for. It's time to stop contacting him. It's just time. But as I said to all of you, it's all performance art. It's really bad performance art because he's still getting money from her. She's still giving it to him. I'm sure she is seeing him behind the scenes. Right now, her and Natter are trying to keep up appearances that they have no contact with each other. And you know they do. Anybody out there think that a person as obsessed with Natter as Foodie is, that she could just go cold turkey off of Natter? No. Absolutely not. You don't go from being completely obsessed to being in recovery within a day. That's just doesn't happen. And one of her obsessions is, in fact, Natter.
Okay, moron. Dee Dee is as boring as stale bread that you make in her fucking rock machine. Oh my god. So,
Now, if you were really mad at somebody, would you be laughing? No, that's how I know it's performance art. If you're angry, your face is red, you're just going off and you're not going to stop. She's not really mad. She's sitting there trying to get mad, trying to put on appearances that she's mad. But look at her, she's laughing. This whole thing is funny to her. It's funny. And in one of the live streams that she did in the hotel room, she admitted to everybody that she lied. She admitted that she does made up story arcs and she says, I just let you guys go with it. Yeah, she admitted that she scams people, that it's all just one big grift.
you ruined your own channel because your channel is boring. Listen,
And your channel isn't? Trust me, it is.
you don't realize what I did for you, so here you go. I gave you a platform, okay? Be thankful for every hater you have. Be thankful, because it's the only way that you're able to contribute something in your fucking life. Number two, if you look at when I was helping you with your channel, I've done a lot for your channel, okay? You ruined your channel because you had it made. I did your thumbnails, I did your editing, I read your stupid comments, and I didn't just read the ones, oh, Dee Dee, you're so pretty, and
No. Okay, so yes, you did all that. You did all that. You gave him a platform. That's true. You set him up on YouTube. That's also true. You filmed the videos. You edited the videos. That's also true. You did all that. But let's talk about reading the comments. I remember all those past live streams where people were saying things in comments, and if you did not want him to know, you would not read those comments. Whenever somebody would make a comment relating to a lie that you told, you would not read it out loud or you would delete it. You're always deleting comments because you lied to your audience and you were lying to Natter. And there was that one live stream where people were calling you out on your lies and you were getting pissed off because you could not just get rid of the evidence before he saw it. So, yes, I remember you being right there in the room several times and you reading the comments. And let's be honest, Chantal, let's be really, really honest here for a minute. You wanted Natter to depend on you as much as possible. You wanted him to depend on you financially to where you were his only source of money, and you introduced him to YouTube. Therefore, he would have more need of you. I'm sure you never taught him how to edit anything or film everything properly. No, you wanted him to not know so that you could be around him more, so that he would need you. I've said this many times in many of my reacts. You prefer need over true love. You say you want love, but what you want most is need. You want someone to need you because if they need you, then you can control them. They'll be under your thumb. There's someone that won't run away from you or they can't escape from you. You are predatory that way. I'm sure if you sat down and taught Natter how to edit his own videos or make a thumbnail, he'd be able to do it, but then you'd be out of a job then, wouldn't you? You did not want him to be independent. You wanted him to be codependent. And that seems to be a pattern in your life. When Pete's had a job, when he was making money, you were always trying to coerce him to quit his job and do YouTube stuff. And now that he doesn't have a job and not making money, He's very, very codependent on you, to the point where Pete can't even see straight. He can't even think about getting away from you, and he needs to. It's not healthy for the two of you to be around each other. You back each other up in really unhealthy ways. But you try to get around men that you feel are at a disadvantage, and you take advantage by trying to create a system of them being dependent on you as much as possible. So all these things that you're raging about with Natter, all these things, oh, I did this and I did that. Well, you could have taught him how to do those things, but you didn't want to, because you did not want a partner who could stand on their own and be independent and do things for themselves. You wanted a partner that could not escape from you. You wanted a partner you could control. I think you know how absolutely vile and rotten you are. And that's why you don't want a healthy love. Because you know no decent person would ever put up with even a third of what you put out. A normal, decent person would walk away after being around you for 5 minutes. But somebody who's codependent, well, in a way, they're forced to be around you. They're forced to interact with you, and they're forced to give you attention in whatever way you desire. So in your world, it's not about love. It's about need. It's about obsession and need. If something is your obsession, if it pertains to a person, you want to create a system of that person needing you, just so it fuels your obsession further and longer.
No crickets from Natter. You're not going to get love from him. You're not going to get shit from him. He doesn't like you. He doesn't even claim you. He says you're not his type. So keep reading your airy sex books for your imaginary fucking purple bed rendezvous with Shoo Shoo, you friggin' sexual deviant weirdos. Anyways,
Not Chantal calling other people sexual deviants when she's over there on her live streams talking about doing things standing up right next to her car. Not her at all. Not this person, not this one right here. This one who has told us in the past about meeting up with guys in a parking lot and doing things in her car in a parking lot. Not this one. No, not her. Not her at all. All the dirty, disgusting things we've heard you say that you've done, Chantal, and you're going to call other people sexual deviants? Are you sure you want to do that? Are you sure?
you know what, Natter? I find it really fucking funny that you make fun of my fupa. You made me go down on her and she was fucking sweaty as.
Okay, stop. There. I don't like what you just said. I don't like that language you just used. He made you. He made you. You're saying that he forced you. Didn't you do a live stream where you told everybody that the only problem that you had being part of the three-way situation with Dee Dee and Natter is that you did not like watching Natter have sex with Dee Dee? That's what you said. You said, I just did not like the two of them being intimate together in front of me. Chantal, this whole thing of him forcing you to do something with Dee Dee, you have flip-flopped on that story so many times, it's ridiculous. 1 minute you're acting traumatized because you were forced to do something, the next minute saying it didn't happen. Just like you say he committed DV and essay on you, and then you came right back and said, I exaggerated the claims. When a person does that, at that point when they admit that they lie, you cannot believe a word they say about something that might have happened. Because when something really happens to you, you have your truth, and that's all you need. You just need your truth. But that's the problem with your life, isn't it? That there's no truth in your life. It's all just a collection of lies, deceptions, illusions, delusions of grandeur, ego, narcissism, vanity. Your life is a collection of all kinds of different things all woven together to the point where nobody can tell, are we looking at a real moment here or is she lying? It's safer to look at the whole situation and say it's all a lie because it probably all is. But the sad thing is if there's elements of truth, you don't know where to find them. You don't know where they are because there's so many lies mixed in. I don't think you were forced to do something with Dee Dee. I really don't think so. I think you went through the situation. On the inside, you may not have liked it 100%. I think that situation happened twice because you were desperate to be near Natter. And Natter wanted to be with two females. So you said to yourself, I'm not going to entirely be into it and like it, but if it means I get to be with him in an intimate way, I'm going to do it. And for that reason, you did do it. But out of respect for the people on YouTube, on the internet, on your channel that have gone through SA and DV for real, don't you dare sit there and use that language of he forced you. Because if he forced you and it was unpleasant to the point of being traumatized, as you have claimed, why in the absolute blue planet hell did you do it twice, woman? Why? If it was so awful, why did you do it twice? And why do you have a key to Dee Dee's apartment? You can just walk right in. These horrible people you claim to hate, and you have a key to her place, and you can just come in whenever you want. And you've been caught multiple times coming in the door, and Natter saying, oh no, that's not her. It was you. We heard you. We heard you recently, right before you went to the hotel. We heard you walk in, and then we heard you and Dee Dee talking in the background. Even after Natter muted the stream for a minute when you came in. So make it make sense. Make it make sense. You hate both of them so much, you are forced to do something, yet you did it twice and you got a key to her apartment. Stop using that triggering language that pertains to abuse and assault. You don't have the right to use that language. Nothing happened to you.
Shit. So you know what? I hate you for that. And I hope you get karma. Anyway, number two. No, seriously. Like, you should shower before sex. You have the fucking nerve to tell me that.
Well, it's not nerve. I mean, it's been documented. You don't take a shower. You'll go days without taking a shower. You'll go weeks without brushing your teeth. And I'm sorry. If you got one person that's going to be intimate with another person and one person stinks, yeah, go take a freaking shower. If you want to get your groove on, you can't be smelling up the place the whole time. Honestly, at 38 years old, nobody should have to tell you to take a shower and stay clean. Nobody should have to do that. That's something you tell a child who doesn't know any better, not a 38-year-old woman who's almost 40 years old. Nobody should have to tell you to take a shower. Nobody should have to tell you to wash your clothes and wear clean clothes or clean your house. If you're living like a filthy, dirty, smelly pig, and honestly, thinking about it right now, even pigs aren't as dirty as you. And they're much more intelligent. But if you're going to live like a filthy, disgusting animal, the moment that you want to be intimate with another person and you stink, which you probably do because you do not bathe, ma'am, you don't bathe, If you're expecting them to get your rocks off, then you got to be in a condition where they can get aroused enough to get the job done.
Like, really? Tell her that. Number 3 or 4 or 5, I can't fucking do this. I'm sorry. I had to get it off my chest. I did all of your videos. I edited, did everything, and all you did in return was treat me like shit. So the fact that your channel is ruined now, or you think it's ruined, is your fault. The reason you have no fucking thumbnails except for your dumb.
And you know what? If Natter cared about his cooking, he can watch cooking videos on YouTube and imitate a recipe down to the letter, and it'd be a lot better than what he's doing now. Natter does not give a flying F about cooking. He really doesn't. Because people who have a true passion for cooking, they want to cook things on YouTube that look appealing to other people. They want it to look good. They want to give a sense of you're watching the video and you're like, oh, I wish I could eat that right now. That looks so good. I don't know what he's thinking when he puts these recipes together because it doesn't even make any sense. Like he just puts weird concoctions together and either they're raw or burnt or both. I mean, people who have a true passion for cooking don't do stuff like that. And if he's got a court case coming up in August, at this point, it doesn't matter if the channel is successful or not. Because if he's in jail, how's he going to do content? He won't be able to do content. The channel's going to be done if he goes to jail. If he's put in jail, no more cooking videos, no more baba ganoush. It's a done deal. But in regards to doing things for his channel, he's got nothing to do all day. If he cared, he could look on YouTube and find out how to do different things, like edit your own videos and make your own thumbnails or camera angles or whatnot. I mean, everything you want to know about anything related to a YouTube channel, there is a tutorial on YouTube, probably several. Nothing has stopped him from learning except him because he got too lazy and complacent having Chantal do it. He put himself in that position, so I don't feel bad for him. And Chantal was very happy to do all this stuff because, again, by him needing her, that means they could spend more time together. And she was not about that life of teaching him what to do so that he could do it if she didn't want to do it or she didn't have time to do it.
You're doing my fucking face. It's your own fault. You were a piece of crap to me, and you're still a piece of crap to me. So, again, for those in the back, the reason your channel is crap and ruined is your own fault. Your own fault. No one else's but your own. Your whole life is shit.
Well, that applies to you too. You're ruining your own channel. And let's be honest, Chantal, let's be really, really dead set, in your face honest. The only reason why you're making money on YouTube, actually, there's a few reasons. One, it was about right place, right time long ago. You got on YouTube 4 or 5 years ago, and you happened to start doing the mukbang content, which at that time was very hot. It was like the trend to do mukbangs. So you wandered onto YouTube, you got into the mukbanging, and that's what attracted your audience. You weren't acting outrageous then, you were acting halfway normal, but you noticed your views going up and the interest going up with the mukbang content. And you decided the more outrageous I am, the more money I'm going to make. And I will give it to you. You weren't wrong thinking that. The more outrageous you are, the more people want to tune in. It's just one of those weird things about YouTube. But, and there's a but in here, there's a caveat with that but. The but is all of your drama is played out. There's nothing new. There's no new plot twist. There's no new characters to the story. It's the same content every flippin' day for 6 to 9 hours a day. People are getting tired, fed up with the natter crap, with you not taking care of yourself. I don't know if you've noticed, but the world has changed the last few years because of the vid. The worldwide bug changed everybody's lives in one form or another. And a lot of people are strapped for cash, barely making it these days. And my heart goes out to all those people that are just trying to make it, trying to make ends meet. It's gotten a lot harder now than it used to be. So those people that are in your audience that have been affected by the vid, those ones who are struggling, just trying to make ends meet, trying to get their families fed, and they look at someone like you, and you're making $10,000 plus a month on YouTube, and you're over there acting foolish, spending $3,000 plus a month on food, buying the Starbucks, buying endless stuff you don't need, spending money on natter. For those people in your audience, what you're doing hits differently. They look at you and go, just why? How can this person who has the good fortune to make this money to where she doesn't have to worry about rent or bills or being out on the street, why is she not being wise with her money? Why is she not putting it away? Does she think the YouTube train is going to last forever? Because trust me, Chantal, it won't last forever. Don't know when the train's going to stop for you, but at some point it is going to stop. And when it does, are you ready for it? Do you have a backup plan? Do you have a nest egg? No, you don't. You really, really don't. So those of us in the audience who are adults, and there's lots of us, looking at your immature, reckless behavior, we're disgusted with you. I mean, you're 38 years old. You should be mature in handling things in a better way, and you're not. You're acting like a teenager, worse than a teenager, running around acting with no sense. But just because you're on YouTube making all that money doesn't mean everybody else is. And so we're watching you thinking, this is ridiculous. All this money she makes and she's acting the fool. And she has the nerve to cry broke a week to 2 weeks before payday. She's taking out payday loans and she makes this much money. People are getting disgusted with you and your behavior, and they're turning away by the handfuls. And some of the people that used to be in your audience, now they're coming up with the reaction channels because that's the only way they can watch you. They can't take you full strength because it's just there's just too much rubbish going on with your content. It's just all rubbish because you won't change and you won't switch it up. You won't do anything to improve yourself. And people are fed up. They're fed up with your nonsense.
Because of your fault. You treat me like crap, and then you have this fucking nerve yesterday to give me shit for saying I'm not gonna fucking testify for you? You want me to be testify for you for what? When you treat me like shit and fucking completely disregard my feelings and are living with another woman? Are you kidding me? And then you like.
I think the reason why Chantal won't testify for Natter is because she is such a big liar. And she's not a very good liar. If she got up on the witness stand, she would get cut to pieces, figuratively. She would get caught in her lies, and I believe there are penalties for perjury. That might lead to jail time or something, but I'm not sure. But she would get caught lying. I don't know why Natter would want her as a character witness or something, because she would not be a good witness. You know, if she got up on the witness stand and she lied and got caught in her lies, then that's just going to make him look even worse. But that's the reason why Chantal doesn't want to get up on the witness stand. She knows she's going to get caught in her lies every which way.
To me that day, the whole day. You never told me you went to that fucking hotel. You never fucking told me you went there. Oh, I hate you so bad. I really hate you.
You hate him for now. You'll forgive him later.
And the only reason your channel will never tank is because number one, Dee is annoying. It is boring. And number two, so are you. And your food is shit. Goodbye.
Well, his channel is awful. His channel is complete trash. I will agree with you there, Chantal. I will not argue those points. Several months on YouTube and his content is not improved at all. All he did was change locations from doing stuff at the trap house to doing stuff in Dee Dee's condo. But still, it's still trash content. It is not improved at all. Let's go to the comments. The Listenator says, this has become a documented series of a woman who has reached a point of obsession and insanity. And I'm always amazed there are people out there who think this is okay. This is not okay. You're right, it isn't okay. She's obsessed with so many things, Natter included. She is obsessed with getting attention all the time. Chantal cannot live life unless she has the camera on. She honestly does not know how to live life without the camera off. She has to document everything. And unfortunately for all of us, what she's documenting is not healthy. It's not positive. It's irritating. She is a eyesore on YouTube's butt. She really is. And more people are getting tired of watching and listening to this boil of a woman. They're getting sick of it. And you know what? I don't blame anybody on my channel or anywhere else on YouTube. Anyone who says, I can't take Chantal anymore. I just can't. It's too much. I get it. She's a horrible person. And every day for 6 to 9 hours a day, she spews nothing but negative, toxic garbage everywhere. And it can get on your nerves. It can make you feel a certain kind of way. And if you feel a certain kind of way 6 to 9 hours a day, every day, it affects how you feel about yourself. As far as, your emotions and your personal feelings, sometimes you just got to walk away from this shit or do something else like I do with the ambiance videos. And the fact that soon I'm going to be doing gaming videos. I'm giving myself a break as a reactor so I don't completely burn out on Chantal and I can still cover her. T says she acts so obsessive. If she ends up hurting someone, it's all documented. Well, she is obsessive. As I've said, she's not about love or balance. She is about obsession. Everything with her is an obsession. Anything she likes or gets into ends up becoming a extreme obsession. That seems to be her default. Canyon says, revoke this woman's license, please. I wish somebody would. I really do. For the simple sake that if she had no license, she could not drive and she could not be a danger to anybody else on the road. Hey Girl Hey says, hey, remember that time that Dee Dee and him talked to you into telling the police that your mental health made you file charges you didn't really intend to or want to or whatever it was? Remember that, Chantal? I hope it is abundantly clear to you now that the only reason they asked you to do that was leading up to him asking you to testify for him. It was all about the May case all along and any others that this monster has against himself. Doesn't have anything to do with caring about you. It doesn't have anything to do with caring about his own channel. All it has to do with keeping his butt out of jail for what he did. Chantal chose to be involved with Natter. And even after all the things she learned about Natter, she still continued to hang out with him. And as far as comparing Natter and Chantal, they're both the same. They're both evil, rotten, putrid people. They have both hurt so many people around them and they don't care. They don't care. I mean, regarding Chantal, how evil and soulless do you have to be How vindictive do you have to be to go to the police and file charges of SA on someone and DV when you know none of that happened? None of it. To go that far just because you want to get back at somebody, that you want to put them in jail or chance put him in jail. And the twisted way of thinking is if they're in jail, that means he'll be away from Dee Dee and I'll have him all to myself. I'm pretty sure that's where her head was at. She was so desperate to get him and Dee Dee apart that she wanted to like pull a power move and go to the cops. And she thought she could just pull a just kidding with the police and it wouldn't happen. But as I've said in the past, I don't think that any charges were filed. I think that was another performance art arc they came up with to make extra money on both sides. No charges were ever filed. As far as the May case, I believe that's true. That actually happened. But as far as anything that Natter did to Chantal, I don't think anything happened. I don't think that charges were ever filed on her end, that it was all just straight up pretend. Lindsay says, at this point, with all that you've spewed online, don't forget you may delete the proof, but there's plenty of channels that caught it. May's attorneys are likely to call you to the stand. Good luck with all that. That might be a possibility. I'm not going to speak on something legal and serious that I have nothing to do with. All I'll say is if any wrong was committed against May, I hope she gets justice. I hope she gets full justice for it. Jen says her family really needs to step in and get a conservatorship on her. She's beyond normal therapy and help. That's what needs to happen. They need to take control of her and her finances. Somebody needs to, because she cannot control herself. And if you put money in her pocket, she spends it like there's no tomorrow. The only way to get control of things again is to let somebody else have control. Lala says she tried to see him again before she left and he rejected her again. Love that for her. Yeah, so that might be what's triggering this rage right now. She went to stay at a hotel, didn't get to see him then. She tried to see him on her way back. That didn't happen. So she's mad. She's mad. Minty Fresh says, I would never live this life, not for any amount of money. Nor would I. If I had to choose between my life where I'm not making as much money and I'm healthy and I got my head straight and making 10 grand a month on YouTube and my whole life is a mess from top to bottom, I'll take this life. Because money is nothing. Money helps you pay the bills and pay your rent, but it doesn't buy you happiness. It doesn't buy you a healthy state of mind. It just buys stuff and it gets bills paid. All the Foodie has is her money. And if she didn't have the money, she would have nothing. Everything that she's holding on to would disappear. She is the definition of money does not buy happiness. Because look at her, all that money, and she's not happy. She's grabbing onto things for instant gratification, but none of it makes her freaking happy. She's always miserable. Trisha says she went over there, he rejected her again, and now she's raging. Yep, that's probably what happened. Nadi's Lurkbox says saying goodbye doesn't mean anything if you never leave, Chantal. Yeah, she doesn't want to let go. She's hanging on to something that if there is a court case and it happens within like a month or so, he's going to be history anyway. So why not separate herself before that happens? You know, she's not going to get her natter fix if he's in jail. Lard Covered Lies says, uppers galore. Don't be shy. Come back and rage, Big Beezy. Yeah, something might be behind all that energy she's got right now. Lay 73 says, you can't lie for him now. All of your omissions are online whether you delete or not. All those deleted lives are still out there. Yep. And that's another reason why she hates the reaction channels. Because she wants to spin her own narrative. And when she feels like getting rid of something, she can. But we reaction channels are around. And we are right there with our cameras, with our computers, hitting the record button. So whatever she says, we can capture it so that it will never be forgotten. We're the only thing holding her accountable. Probably the first thing that's held her accountable in her entire life. And she doesn't like that. She doesn't want to be held accountable. She doesn't want her lies and her nonsense being exposed. But she can't get rid of us. She can't get rid of us. We're here. She can't shut us down. She can't stop us from recording her nonsense. But, Chantal, if you don't like us recording your nonsense, don't put it on YouTube. Don't come here with it. Then we won't know about it and we can't record it. But if you put it into content, we're free to do that. Ruby Doozy says, without her nonstop angry ranting at others, Chantal has zero content. She has no life outside of the junk and filth. Absolutely true. Listen, if YouTube came to Chantal tomorrow and said, we'll let you have a channel, but there's a big but here, Chantal. Listen carefully. If you have a YouTube channel, you cannot smoke green on camera anymore. You can't drink anymore and be intoxicated. You can't talk about natter. And you can't binge on fast food. She would have nothing. Literally nothing. If YouTube told her these are the conditions of having a channel, you can do any other content that you want, but all the toxic shit has to go, she wouldn't know what to do. She'd be in a corner, panicking. Oh my God, what do I talk about now? I can't talk about natter, can't talk about Dee Dee, can't binge on camera, can't get effed up on chemicals on camera. What do I do? Because that's been my content for over a year. She'd be stuck. She wouldn't know where to go. West Coast Lass says, you should take your own advice and be thankful for your haters. We are the ones that keep your channel afloat. True. A lot of people hate watch Chantal. Honestly. I don't know what percentage of our audience are haters, but I would say it's about 75%. 25% are the enabling idiots that put money in your pocket, but the other 75% are the haters. Brooke A says she needs to stay off natters and reaction channels. She's obsessed and literally does nothing for herself. Right. I've said it. As far as the reaction channels, you don't like it, don't look. Nobody's asking you to look. Nobody's asking you to watch one of Monty's panels, Chantal, and comment on it. Nobody's asking you to go in anybody's chat. You can easily stay in your corner and not wander over on this side and make yourself angry. But you choose to make yourself mad. I think it's because you need something to rage at. So you go to the reaction channels and purposely get yourself irritated so you can give a good rage and maybe get some views out of it. That's what I think. I think you're so lacking in content that now you're actually going to the reaction channels looking for ideas for content. You're looking for a reason to get mad. Oh, let's talk about this reactor and that reactor, and garlic bread is on my nerves, and so is Just Breezing Today and Monty and FFG and whoever else. You're looking for content. You're looking for a reason to rage because you know the rages get views. Zolk says, it's like watching the Pillsbury Doughboy yelling at the fridge. Oh my God, I'm dead. Hey, you know what? Wait a minute now. I grew up in the 70s and the 80s. I was born in 71. And I remember all those Pillsbury Doughboy commercials where they poke his belly, goes, woohoo. You know, those were cute. I liked the Pillsbury Doughboy. He was cute. Chantal, not so much. Chubby U says, notice that she's only mad because he went to that hotel and not what happened at said hotel. Interesting little insight into Miss Chantal, the empath. Yeah, I kind of caught that too. She's mad because he went to the hotel and saw another woman, but not at what he potentially did to hurt that woman. She's not mad about that. She's not mad at all. The mayor of the Gatineau ghetto says if Kevin and Tony actually exist and want you, then they need to enter the witness protection program immediately. Yeah, if Kevin and Tony actually exist, I'd be running for the hills right now because Chantal is unhinged. And once she locks on target, it's hard to get rid of her. She's obsessive. This is a woman that you want to avoid. You don't want to answer her phone calls. You don't want to text her. You don't want to give anything that would feed her obsession because her obsessions are downright dangerous. Clea Speed says, just because you aren't directly going to his channel to watch him doesn't mean you aren't watching him. What world do you even live in? She seeks him out. She seeks out Natter. She said today in a live that I was going to cover that she's got videos and pictures of him still on her phone, hasn't deleted those. She admitted that she called him because allegedly she wanted her museum pass, which is ridiculous. When has Chantal ever gone to a museum? When has she ever cared about going to a museum? And she's got enough money, she can't buy another museum pass. Making a big deal over a museum pass. Guys, listen. When a woman does that, when she's been with a guy and she's got stuff at his house, unless it's something really valuable, it's just some nonsense stuff. Sometimes a girl or a woman, a female, will purposely leave things at a guy's house just so they have a reason to contact them and talk to them. They want to maintain that contact. They want to give some nonsense reason to go see them. That is certainly true of Chantal. I mean, she's calling about a museum pass, really? It wasn't about the past. She didn't really care about it. She didn't want it. She just wanted to talk to him. She wanted to come see him. I'm sure y'all remember all those live streams where she made a big flippin' deal about her CPAP going on over there. She made a big deal about it. It's over at his house. It's a medical device. Well, if you cared so much about it, why didn't you come get it when he asked you to? When you had the opportunity? You purposely left it over there because you didn't really want it nor need it. You had two of them, so you weren't ever without your CPAP. You just wanted to keep something over there to give a reason to talk to him. You know, you're playing all these childish girl games. Rebecca Silverman says, you allowed all of this to happen. The minute you stop being a victim is the minute you move forward in your life. Well, Chantal's not about moving forward. She's either about staying in place or moving backward. She does a lot of those two things. She will never move forward and move away from this. She wants to stick with it. Elizabeth Jennifer says, reported for harmful or dangerous acts. Stay off the road while filming yourself raging and holding the wheel at the same time. Yes, agreed. Dangerous, distracted driving. That should not be happening. Shaw says, okay, let me see if I get this right. She's either seen him or talked to him and he turned her down. So now she's raging and still acting like she's the one that's ended. Yeah, pretty much. Maybe she's ticked off because she got that expensive room and he never showed up. And she tried to see him before she left and that didn't happen. So she's mad. Sweet Kristen says, ma'am, how do you even title this live if you're driving? Dangerous. This whole thing is so dangerous. Yep. Yep. Heisenberg says you don't shower, you don't wipe, you get yeast infections and UTIs constantly, but you're sitting there shaming Dee Dee for being sweaty. I know, right? This one right here, Chantal, that claimed that Natter gave her three STDs, three, and she's over there talking about Dee Dee being sweaty. Earl Jones says, dropping hints for her most rabid enablers to contact Dee Dee's employer again. Notice how often she says, on company time. She wants Dee Dee to lose her career. Well, that's vindictive, mean, evil Chantal for you. Although I don't like Dee Dee at all. I think she's a snake in the grass too. When this is the reason why no man will ever have Chantal. Because if they got a taste of this behavior, they would be out. Absolutely freaking out. They would not put up with this. Not at all. Chammy Slayton says, why are you driving on no sleep in like 30 hours while live streaming and raging? He doesn't care about you. You're screaming into an empty hallway. He does not care. This is past the point of heartbroken. You're obsessed and a danger to yourself and others. Yep. And I'm covering this now because I got a feeling this is going to disappear. Anytime she does something stupid or she's raging about Natter, y'all can be sure this is going to be gone before the day's up. Chrome says, was really interesting to see her confessing the manipulating behavior to get Natter to meet her. She's been dangling money in the apartment in front of him to get what she wants. The videos with him last month and creepy hotel times, she baited him with seeing the apartments, etc. Even though she knew from the beginning there was no money for it, and he will use the new house to meet more women. He was pissed, and now she's trying to do this again. Weed and groceries don't work anymore, and the only thing is the apartment. He asks her, why do you want to talk to me? To fix the apartment thing? And she tries to bait him. We better talk in person, come to my hotel. He tells her to fuck off. She's been dangling the apartment carrot since Gatineau, knowing he was getting kicked from the trap. It wasn't Dee Dee, he would be homeless and in her hands. Probably that was the plan. Getting him homeless didn't work, so she tried getting him locked up. See, Chantal is evil. She is evil. She's an evil, evil woman, manipulating and controlling at every turn. But I believe that. I believe you're right, Chrome. That I said it. I said it. I said it before in some of my reacts that knowing Chantal, that she was dangling the golden carrot of the apartments in his face, and that's why he was seeing her so much. That's why he agreed to. Like she would say, oh yeah, let's look at apartments, knowing full well she didn't have the money for one nor the credit. I don't know if he knew about her bad credit, but she knew it wasn't going to happen. But while they were looking for apartments, that meant more time with him. And so she was getting what she wanted, and he never did. And now that he's figured out that she's a big old liar, even to him, the weed and the groceries do not work anymore. He wants an apartment, and unless Chantal can pony up the money, he's not interested in her. He's not interested. Lard Covered Lie says, also, look at how fast she's driving. Holy crap. How fast was she driving? I guess she was on a highway. So driving fast down a highway when you are emotional, not a good combination. Let's see. Faye, oh, oops, sorry. Faye K says, I have to agree, don't lie, Chantal, regardless of what he promises you. He will never stop using you. You know what? He does. He uses her, but she uses him too. I'm going to keep screaming that until everybody gets it. They use each other. They do. They use each other. She uses him for booty, for content. He deals chemicals to her. He sells them to her. They use each other willingly, knowingly, and eagerly. And either one of them could cut each other off and be done with this, but they're not. Clearly, there's methods of contact that are being used. So if either one of them is going through any kind of suffering because of the other, I don't feel sorry for them. I really don't. I really don't. Neither one of them are cutting this off, and they should. Jalen says, yet you called him nonstop, wanting him to come to your hotel room, and how much you love him. Love this for you. Yeah, she's the obsessed fool chasing after something she can never have. Sandra Martinez says, May, forward this to prosecutors. Proof he's conspiring with potential witnesses to create a lie. Chantal admitted that she wasn't even aware of the hotel meetup. If I were May, I'd be documenting everything and bring that all to court. Honestly, Chantal's just saying stuff like this. Yeah, document this, record this, and bring it to court with you. Sandy says, and you wouldn't have food on your plate and a roof over your head if your VIPs didn't literally financially support you. You are not even capable of having a job outside of YouTube. You're 38. What do you have to show for it? You're a mess and you'll never get better. You'll only get worse. I love that for you. Yet physically she's not in a position where she can get a regular job. Doesn't have a nice personality. She's not even clean. What boss is going to hire someone, walk into the workplace, it's going to stink? Nobody. Cleanliness is important for a lot of situations, including working. You can't get away with smelling like a garbage dump in a workplace. Wen says, so he didn't come out and see you when you just drove by to wave? I guess not, and that's why she's mad. Chris Go Babe says, raging at Natter in a dirty old dress you've been wearing for days, just like old times. And you big mad because he's rejecting you. Love that for you. Yeah, the wearing of the dirty clothes and the unclean body, and she wonders why nobody wants to be close to her. I mean, sometimes the answers are just right there in your face. Sometimes the jokes just write themselves. Indy says, want to bet she offered to testify for him under oath and he declined, and that's why she's raging. That could be a possibility. That could be a possibility. Oz says, BB somewhere thanking the heavens they broke up. Yeah, he dodged a bullet. He dodged a big bullet. Good job, BB. You got out early, my boy. Yes, you did. You're the man. You got rid of Chantal. You were smart. You're one of the smart ones. You got out while you could. Look what she's become. I'm sure you're looking at Chantal right now going, wow, I made the right decision here. Uh-oh. Coffee Katie says, let me give you some advice. Stay out of the essay against May. Do not testify. There's the video of you being home all day and night on the alleged day of the essay. You were not there on 10/18/21. The video is going to be turned into the crowd, so mind your business. He only wants you to testify because he's scared. You also lied. If I were you, I'd tread lightly. Oh, very lightly. very lightly, because if she gets sucked into this thing, there could be repercussions for her too. Deanna Larson says, getting a lot of mileage out of that dress. Yep, she's wearing it to death like she does with all her clothes. She'll pick one article of clothing. She'll literally wear it for days until it is ready to stand up by itself. And then she buys something brand new rather than wash everything. Just wash the stupid clothes. Everybody telling her she shouldn't be driving right now. Just Curious says April 1st ruined his channel. Yeah, that was a lot. The whole lying about him going to jail and then coming back on and saying, I was just teaching you guys a lesson. He hasn't recovered from that damage even now. Cat with Lipstick says, another deleted live stream very soon. And your comments now, guys, before it's too late. I wish someone would report her for this driving. Yeah, that's why I'm capturing this little bit, because I know she's going to get rid of it. I'm surprised she didn't already get rid of it. Just Bean says, how the F are you deleting comments and driving? I hope someone calls highway patrol on you. It doesn't do any good, though. It's one of those things of if they didn't see it happen, then it's hearsay. But yeah, deleting comments while driving, that's distracted driving too. Nisi Nancy says, but Natter did tell you on you, Chantal. You said it yourself on your own deleted live stream. He's with his girlfriend, among other things. Natter didn't even have to tell you himself because you were talking to women pretending to be him, trying to catch him cheating. Let's see. Jessica says, first of all, you're raging while behind the wheel, putting your life and others in danger. Second, you called essay on Natter and took it back. They would never put you on a witness stand to testify for Natter. Yeah, that would be a mistake. That would be an absolute mistake if they did. Cheesy Poof says, who is Monty and what is his channel name? Anyone can tell me? I'll tell you because I know Chantal won't tell you. It is Monty's got a couple of channels. The first one is Stories from the Internet, and he also has Monty After Dark. So if you're looking for that info and you happen to come across my video, those are the channels. And Chantal's got a weird hate relationship with Monty. She's got a crush on him, but she doesn't like him because he's a reaction channel. So you know what? We're over an hour. That's enough for a react video. I just want to capture this before Chantal takes it down because I know she will. I know her quite well. Anything having to do with Natter or her doing unsafe behavior, she gets rid of it real fast. So that's it for this react. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you have, please like it, subscribe, and leave a comment. Thanks so much for watching and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.